Yeah, trees still. No power still. Yeah. So anyway, it's clear now in there though. But, yeah, the power guys are down there finally. So I guess that's what you call progress. Not enough. Ugh. So anyway, using this camera, um, yeah, I don't have any choice. So every time I try to do an upload, it fails for some dumb fucking reason. Probably because I'm just not getting consistent enough electricity. Uh, yeah, but you bought generators, but yeah, I'm not buying no generator. I don't want that. They're all crap anyway. They don't blow up and such. All right, where was I? All right, Professor Anton video. Where the hell happened to my? I should be having some juice in here. There we go. Um. Oh, yeah. So anyway, cat scratching his ear for some dumbass, stupid fucking reason. I can't get him to stop doing that. So this is the laptop I've been using. Yeah. Yes, close. Sorry. Yeah, Professor Anton video. All right, so I'll sit down. I'll try to upload this instead of doing the direct upload. See if this opens up here. It's not a bad laptop, actually. Um, yeah, see, upload screen. Yeah, see, I'll try it. I could do a direct. I could do a record from my webcam while I'm recording on this camera. Cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll make two videos at once. So I'm making a video of me making a video. Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. It says it's the cheap flip camera. So I'll post this video, I guess, after this video. But you won't know what video I'm saying is this video, will you? No, you won't. Probably it's going to fail anyway. But if this one works, I guess I'll just keep this one. Yeah, so I won't have to bother with this one. That's a good idea. This is this redundancy thing. It's a good idea. See, this one has a little bit of extra on it, but this one is easier. All right, don't bother me. No, don't do this now, cat. Come on, don't do this now. Go find something to do. Anyway, so Professor Anton video. Yeah, she's going exactly right back where he was. No, he's gonna piss on my pillow or something. Anyway, um, really annoying. Yeah. Anyway, so I made this video 4 times. It's the fourth time, so I really have no interest in the subject anymore. I went to Professor Anton's channel the other day, and I saw a couple of his linked videos, and one was to this channel called Sci, S-C-I Show, S-H-O, yeah, one word, O-W, and, he had favorited the video, and it was just this crappy video about human evolution. And I say crappy because not that all the science was bad in it, but there's no distinction made between the stuff we really know with hard evidence and the stuff we just make up. And in my opinion, they've made up a ton of stuff, like that old wives' tale or urban legend that we only use 1/10 of our brain because they did an experiment where you stick a needle in a brain, and because the brain only reacted 1/10 of the time, they say there's only 1/10 of our brain being used. I mean, it was a conclusion those scientists drew, and it was just basically made up, but it became some sort of real scientific fact that it wasn't. And that's just so annoying. There's so much of that in the world. No, sorry. Um, camera. Show it again. Camera. Anyway, just don't cause trouble, cat. Anyway. Anyway, so yeah, there's no distinction between the stuff they just make up, and so there's this idea that there's all these theories about human intelligence and blah blah blah, and why we evolved the way we did, or how we acquired our current condition. And they keep talking about this big brain stuff, and it's not about big brains. And they talk about big brains and eating meat, which is really nonsense because there was other humanoids who had bigger brains than us actually, who were vegetarians. So that doesn't even go anywhere. I mean, it's just It's just nonsense. I mean, fire changed who we were physically. A lot of things change who we have to be to survive. So we physically change because we change the world we live in. We get rid of the predators. We control the environment. We create a range. You know, it's like an invasive species comes in and it wipes out everything in its path, and so it changes the world it lives in. The people that showed up are different than the people who end up living there, because the people who showed up are the people who had to deal with a different world than the people who end up staying. You know, it's that kind of thing. Um, well, anyway, it doesn't really matter, but I mean, it's just really annoying because none of this stuff is proven. You know, what you can do is speculate. And I would argue that the brain size has nothing to do with any of this crap. The fact that we come out ill-formed, let's say, is not a consequence of having to accommodate the birth canal and all this other crap and small hips and whatever other nonsense. It's about the fact that we have to create a brain that can do language. And to do that, it takes years of creating basically a retarded maturation. Our maturation isn't just slow. It isn't just that we are born premature. We don't even barely become conscious till you're 3 or 4 years old. 3 years old anyway, right? I mean, really conscious. It doesn't even fall on you till then, where there's no other mammal like that. Um, so it's just, you know, this is just a, you know, I mean, they're just, in my opinion, they're just making stuff up, calling it science, and saying this is a fact, and it's not even close to being proven fact, and it hasn't withstood any challenge. It hasn't responded to any challenges. It hasn't responded to any counter theories. How can that be called? How can it be spouted the same as you would talk about evolution and talk about this kind of stuff in the same sentences? It's just not fair to the truth. So anyway, and then there's this style issue. So there's these two videos. So the other video Professor Anton linked to was this PBS thing called whatever it is, ideas something or other, but it's stupid fucking PBS crap. But it's the same thing. This video and the science thing is the same style over substance stuff. They're talking science and they're behaving like sellers, like they're selling a commercials or something, like they're selling a product. Um, well, there's no scientific credibility. There's no respect. It's patronizing and insulting to intelligence. And here they are talking about intelligence, talking about the impact of YouTube on intelligence, while they conduct their video in a manner that's completely insincere, and is all about message being, you know, the style over substance, all about style, and no real. I mean, the substance is 2 paragraphs worth of bibble babble. Um, so anyway, the real key to this medium is the fact that now it can be recorded. I mean, the whole live conversation thing always had value because you could, you know, you could. It had that the energy in it, of forcing somebody to come up with answers quick, and sometimes that's helpful to get people's first reaction. It's like the ink blot test. Sometimes you get to the truth better that way in live conversation. And then the idea of taking a script and reading it is okay, but yeah, that's sort of just putting style on the substance again. And then there's this kind of thing where you're not live in the sense you have a subject, you're not being challenged, so it's sort of a script written in your head, but it's a theme that just rolls along from a beginning to an end, to getting to a conclusion, and you can sort of watch the process of its development through the expression of the person presenting it. So I'm presenting an idea, and you sort of can see the evolution of it in my own psychology by how I present it, in a way. So it has some real value. And then some like lectures. You can have lectures where lecturers have notes and they just have a general idea of what subject they want to cover, and they have a time frame they want to cover it in. And now all this stuff can be recorded, and that's the key thing. Is, you know, books were, you know, once there was a printing press, you know, books were available and they were durable. And now live conversation is durable. Now conversation to, you know, we could pretend I was talking to 5 people Or we can record me talking to another person. We've done dialogues before on YouTube. So these are valuable, and the difference is now those things, like books, can become durable. Um, and they have a value in terms of being, a future value, and maybe they can be indexed and combined and um, edited and manipulated in ways that might be very value added, like book notes, like margin notes. These medium might create some added value to text where different people can contextualize somebody else's content with margin notes. Um, so anyway, but yeah, was this going to replace books? In some respects, I don't see why not. Um, I certainly prefer listening to reading, but maybe it's just because I'm not a great reading is sort of wastes some of your neural energy. I guess I would almost argue it's more brain intensive to have to read than it is to have the words fly into your head, even sometimes while you're doing something else. So that's the other medium in between these two. This video thing and the book thing is just the you know books in oral format, um, which are good storytelling, recorded. So the key thing is these mediums, these ones with more tangibly human. Even the screenplay, even the screenplay is actually called, right? Um, these are all now recorded, so it's only been like in the last 100 years that we've had this. Okay, well, something went wrong, so there we go. Yeah, my connection's still good, but so anyway, so it's a good thing I had this camera because something went wrong there again. It's really irritating. Um, so yeah, it's not that it was only less than 10 minutes and something went wrong. So no point in reconnect. What the hell? I'll hit the button, but I don't see what the point is. It fucked me over. Yeah, it did. So anyway, yeah. So start recording. Maybe I gotta turn the screensaver off. I didn't have a problem before. I could just wave over the thing and it would pop back on, no problem. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. So where do I want to finish up here? Yeah. So anyway, this other video was just talking about people getting smarter because of YouTube. And so Professor Arnstein was making the same arguments he'd made in another video. I mean, not that I haven't been plenty redundant, but it really sounded all redundant, and it was making particularly one particular argument about how people after having throat surgery are encouraged not to read because somehow you still use your throat when you're reading. I don't think everybody does that actually, so I don't even think that's true, but whatever. um, I mean, he's really fixated on certain parts of the mechanics, and making these distinctions that I don't think are distinctions. I don't think it's so much about the mechanics as it is the content. It's not the experience of communication that's very important. It's sort of about what's being communicated. It is about the concepts. And if we're not communicating concepts and all we're doing is, petting each other, foreplay with you know, no real game, it's fine, but it's not communication. Um, so that's fail. I mean, if it all has to be turned into some sort of fun experience, I don't know. I'm not saying you lose all value in doing that, because I don't think it's true. Certainly, I think art can capture a lot of substance in a 2-hour movie. Let's say you can put a lot of philosophy in there and cram a lot of story into storytelling. Story, I mean, in the sense of ideas, can be illustrated and metaphored and analogied and whatever, cat in the hatted, puss in booted. They can stories can be told and ideas can be conveyed through that mechanism of telling a story. So that certainly has value, but we also should be able to be explicit now and then and just say something directly and deal with sort of direct truths, facts, circumstances, quandaries, paradoxes. That's another word for a problem that's kind of unresolvable. It doesn't. It has a bad solution and a worse solution. I mean, some things just don't have good solutions. I mean, the only solutions suck or suck twice as much, and that's sort of our dilemma. There's the word dilemma. We have dilemmas that need to be dealt with. Anyway, yeah. What if it does show? Yeah, it shows up okay. I have to zoom in though. I have to come back here. You can't really see it from up there. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that crap. What else do I have to say? Yeah, that's it. So I will try uploading this file. I don't want to make it too big because it might not make the upload either. And we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'll convert it into a... Yeah, I'll have to convert it first.